Okay, now I'll insert a text field called say date of birth, date of birth, right? And I use the same text controller with different type. The type is date, all right? Then I save this one as say form2, form2.html, our script validation form2. Okay, now I have calendar, right? So because user may insert an incorrect format date, so therefore it's a calendar. So once if I say type is date, we can have a calendar. All right, so now the first name is required. All right, so right now without date of birth, without value for the date of birth, user can submit the form, right? But we have to validate it. All right, so you can use the same method. All right, so here I take the value of the date of birth. So here document, the form name is student info. Then the name of the here I change the name of the uh, date of birth text input controller is say DOB. So how can we get the value of this text this input controller? Can say document. Then form name is student info. Then the input controller name is say DOB dot value. Then I assign the variable called say DOB. Then I can check whether this DOB is empty or not. So I use this empty or DOB is null, then I have to set. So enter the value for the DOB. So I can say alert, uh, say enter date of birth. Same time you can say return false. Right? Now let's see. Yeah, actually there's spelling mistakes. It should be false. False. Now let's see. Right? I refresh this. Now first name is required, comma. Now I don't have value for the date of birth, therefore I can't submit this. Right? So here, if I set value for the date of birth, then only I can submit this form. So likewise, the field called date of birth can be validated. Right? Okay. Now let's see how to validate say radio buttons. Radio buttons. So I save the same form as say form3, form3.html. Okay, then I quickly insert two radio buttons. So I copy these two input controllers and then I change this. Right. So I say gender, and then the first one is male. Then the input type is radio. Then the name of the text control is say gender, and then value is say male. So here this one is say female, and then input type is say radio, and then here the value is also gender because we can we have to select one of them. All right, so therefore we have to set one value for one name for these two controller, and then here value is say female. Okay, right? Okay, then we don't need the break of here. Okay, keep there, and then I open form 3. Okay, right? So now first name is required, and then second name is not required, and date of birth is required. So even without sending say here gender, without setting value for gender, this can be submitted, but it should be corrected, right? It should be validated. How can we validate this? That means we have to select value of this gender field, gender, right? So here actually, so these two are set as array. So this is called gender 0, this is called gender 1. So either this or this should be checked, right? Either this or this should be checked. How can we check it, right? So I take the this text controller, say gender, all right? Say here also say document dot student info dot say gender. So I'm not going to take the value, just say gender. Then I'm going to check whether gender is selected, right? Then now I'm going to check whether the gender, that is the one of the radio button, is selected or not, right? So let's see how to check it. So in here I say if actually in here, so both input controllers, that is male and female, are named as a gender, right? So these two input controllers are named as gender, all right? Because here it contains only one value, at most one value, all right? So here actually these two are taken as index of a array, that is, so this is taken as say gender 0, this is taken as gender 1. So let's see how to check it. So in here I can say gender 1 is, sorry, first one is 0, gender 0 is checked, gender 0 is checked. So if it is checked, it's okay, but if it is not checked, that is incorrect. So I'll say not. All right, then I have to put another two bracket. It says the not of gender 0 is checked, that is male is not selected. And here I have to use and, because if both are not selected, that is incorrect. So here I use two brackets. Then I'll say gender 1 is selected or checked. Word is checked. Checked. That is gender 1 is selected. If it is not, that is incorrect. Here it says not gender 0 is checked. At the same time, not gender 1 is checked. That is both are not checked. That is incorrect. That means we have to say select gender. Alert. Say select gender. Select gender. Right? Okay. Select gender. Here I have to return false. Return false. Okay. Save this. And I'm going to open this form 3. Okay, I can't submit without name, I can't submit without date of birth. Here I can't submit without gender. Here now I don't select the value for the gender, I can't submit. Then now I have select value for the gender, now I can submit, right? So that means in here I validate the field called gender. So this is how we validate, right? It says gender 0 is checked. Here I'll put not, that is not gender 0 is checked. Here not gender 1 is checked, right? If these two are both are true, that is incorrect. Let's see, in here I select male, that is gender 0 is select, then this is false. So actually checked is okay, that is checked is true, not is false. Then this if condition is false. Alright, so likewise I can check gender using this method. Okay, next one is say I insert say drop down list. Say if it is student information, say academic year. So I select say academic year, right? So here I use the selection, right? Selection. So here I use the selection. Say select. Say name is say I use say year. So then academic year. Say here select. Then the options. Option. Option. Say here I say value. So first one is say 0. Right. Say I say select academic. Yeah, so that is the default one. Then I close the option. Option. Okay. Then I need 4 years. So first one is say year one. Say here I say year one, and then next one is say year two. Likewise for year two. So this is year two. Then the value is two. Here year three. Then the value is three, and then next one is say here is four. The value is four. Right? Okay. So I save in the same form number three, and I refresh. So here I have to use the break tag. Okay, like this. Select academic year. Right? So now even without selecting the academic year, I can submit this. Right? But it should be validated. Right? That means without selecting academic year, the form cannot be submitted. Right? So let's see how to do that. Then I with this text controller, how can I get this? The name of text controller is year. Then I say var year equals say document dot student info dot year. Right? So here, so this is 0th index. So here value is also 0, but here index is 0. So here value is 1. If you say this value can be say year 1, likewise. So you can set something like this as well, right? So this is year 1 and year 2, year 3, year 4. So this is say year 0. All right. So here if it is selected index is 0, that means user don't select the academic year. So if selected index is 0, that means user don't select the academic year. So we can check that. All right. So we can say selected index is 0. So we can say if say year dot selected index. So if it is 0, that means user don't select the academic year. All right. So in that case, we can say alert select academic year, right? Otherwise, we can say false. Return false. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, there's a small mistake. Document it should be document, right? Spelling mistake, right? Okay, now it's okay. So here it select here, say capital this and select academic year. Okay, now I open say form number 3. Okay, now we can't submit without name. You have to fill name. We can't submit without date of birth. You have to select date of birth. We can't submit without value for the gender. You have to select value for the gender. Now I can't submit without selecting the academic year. Alright, so here you have to select the academic year. Right, 1 or 2 or any year. Then only we can submit it. So likewise, we can validate the drop down list as well. Okay. Okay. Next one is let's see how to validate a number. All right. So for example, let's see distance uh, from university to home city. So that means user has to mention the distance in kilometer. Say okay. Then user can only insert a number, right? So I put input text controller, say here say text, so name is say distance, all right, distance from university to home, to home. So let's see, they need to verify the distance between university and the student home. So depending on the distance, they allocate say hostel facility, right? So now I insert another text controller, say distance from university to home, right? So we have to validate this, right? So without filling this, user cannot submit this, right? So actually this should be a number, right? So for the time being, say I remove, so just put say, okay, keep this, right? Distance. So name is distance. So I'll take the value of this uh, text control, say distance, say document, say student info, that is the form name, distance, and then I take the value. So if it is a text, so that is incorrect. First of all, we have to check whether it is empty. Then I check, say if, say distance. So if it is empty, that is incorrect. All right, that is incorrect. That means you have to select, we have to insert a number, right? And I put insert a number. Otherwise, that is false, right? Say insert distance. Okay, let's see. Okay, without name I can't submit, without date of birth I can't submit, without gender I can't submit, without year I can't submit. So here without inserting the distance I can't submit, right? So even right now, even user insert a text, I can submit, all right? The value of the same variable. So therefore, that is the else part of this if condition. So here I use else. Then we have to check another condition. Therefore, I use if, else if. There is a function called is not a number. Is not a number, like this. Is not a number, right? So if it is not a number, this function will return true, right? So then I pass this variable distance, the is not a number function. So this is inbuilt function in Java. So if it is not a number, we have to say insert a number. Or there is another case, if it is a minus number, if it is less than 0, that is also invalid input. So therefore we have to check whether the distance is less than 0. If it is less than 0, or if it is not a number, we have to validate, say insert number in correct format. Right? Then I say insert distance in correct format. Correct format means it should be a number and it should be a greater than 0, right? Then let's see, right? So here I check whether it is number. So if it is not a number, so we have to say insert a number, and then if it is less than 0, we have to say insert a correct format. That means the distance can be a minus value, right? So let's see. And then at the same time, we have to return false. Return false, right? Okay, now let's see. So I save this to file and save and refresh this, right? Now I set a value for the first name, set a value for the say date of birth and gender. So I can't submit without academic year. So I can't submit without a value for the distance. Then I say text. All right. Now if I say text is the distance, now I can't submit the text. That is because here these are set of characters, that is not a number, right? So if I say minus 50, now I can't submit because this is less than 0, right? So if I enter say correct format, that is say positive number, then only I can submit this, right? So likewise we can validate a number, right? Okay. Okay, I think these are the basics. So in addition to that, there's another concept called regular expressions, right? So you can use regular expressions for the HTML form validations as well, right? So here, actually regular expression describe a pattern of characters or character types which can be used when searching and comparing strings. All right. So to create a regular expression, so we can use this new regular expression statement. So you can define a variable called var and then variable name. Then we can create object from reg expression. So this is regular expression method. Right. So this is inbuilt object in JavaScript. Or you can use say var regular expression. Then here we can define the regular expression within uh, forward slash within two forward slash. So here we can define the regular expression, right? So actually, so this is the syntax for the regular expression. So if you need check a number which contain only four numbers, right? So there is a number which contains only four digits, say four digits. So so this is how we check it, right? So this is the regular expression. So here define a variable called var, say let's see registration number, and then so that expression should be within the two forward slash, right? Two forward slash. So here, so these are the forward slash, right? So here this is one forward slash, this is one forward slash. So if it is a number, so we have to say backslash d. D means integer, right? So there are some predefined formats. So this is how we check the numbers and the other symbols. So if you want to set check the any alphanumeric character, we have to use backslash a lowercase w. So if you want to check whether the a non-alphanumeric character, then backslash and uppercase w. So if you represent any numerical character, then you have to use backslash d. If you want to represent non-numerical character, then backslash uppercase d. Likewise, so we can use these symbols for within the regular expressions, right? So let's see, right? So how to test this regular expression is what you call a true or false within our web form, right? So there are two methods. The first method is there is a function called test. We can use this test method to check whether the pattern is exist in our given string, right? So that means our regular expression pattern is exist in a given string. So let's see, right? So I'll take the example, right? So this is my regular expression, right? So in earlier we use these four numbers, right? So we can what you call short this four numbers using like this, right? So here shortened form we can define like this, right? Backslash d. So within curly bracket we can mention four. That is, here it says the numbers, here it says the four. That means four numbers. So in our input it should be contain only four numbers, right? Only four numbers. So here I'll take four number inputs, right? Here I use the prompt input method, and then I'll take say input string. I'll take that input into this input string variable, and then using test method I'll check whether the defined regular expression is exist within our input, right? So let's see, right? Okay, then I'll demonstrate this example, right? So this is how we check the regular expression. Okay, then here I get the basic structure of the web page. So in here I define say var, then say I want to check the registration number of the student. So here I define the regular expression within two forward slash, right? So what is the format? Format is that is four-digit number. Then if it is a number that is checked by backslash d, then if there are four numbers, then we can say slash d backslash d backslash d. Or so instead of putting four backslash these, so we can set like this, right? So it says four numbers, right? Four numbers. So this should be the format of our input, right? So then I take the input, say var, say student registration number. So this is the variable which contain the input. Say prompt. So here say the enter registration number. So the registration number should contain only 4 numbers. Okay. Now let's see how to check the given format or the given regular expression is exist within our input. So how to check it? So this is my given format, registration number. All right. Then I say dot test. All right. So within into the test method, I pass my input. So this is the variable which contain my input, student registration number, right? So there's a function called test. So there's a method called test in JavaScript. So I pass my input as an argument to the test method. So then I call using this the defined format or my use regular expression. So this is my regular expression, that is the variable which contain the my format or my regular expression. Then so this is my input. I pass this input to the test method. All right. Then the if it is okay, that means this format is exist within my input. This will return true. All right. That is this format is exist within my input. That means my input is only 4-digit number. So if it is only 4-digit number, then this will be written true. So assume this number is only contain 2 numbers, then this will be written false. That is the regular expression is not exist within input. Right. Then I'll take this result or this return value to the say variable called result. Then I print the result, say alert result. Okay. Now I have already saved this one in the same folder, that is in JavaScript. Then I open this file. Okay. Then I input say 1 2 3 4. This is true because this is exactly exist in my exactly correct equal to the my regular expression, right? So then I refresh this, say I'll input 1 2, that is, so inside this input that regular expression is not exist, which is not exist. So then this will be written false. So likewise we can check whether the given format is available in my input or not. So there is one method. Okay, so that's another method to check whether the given format or a regular expression is exist within our input, right? So there's another function called search, right? So this is the first one. So this is the second one, search. So by using this search method, we can search the given format or the defined expression is exist in our input. So we can check whether the given expression is exist or not in our input. All right. So there's a function called search. So if it is exist within our input, this function will return 0. Otherwise, this will return 1. So I can use the same example. So in this case, my input is in within the ST registration number variable. So this is my regular expression, right? So I can use the function call or method called search. So this is my input number dot search, input dot search. That means we have to search within the input search. Then we have to pass this defined format or a regular expression. Okay. So if it is exist within my input, that is if this regular expression is exist within my input, they will return 0. Otherwise they will return 1. That is the regular expression is not exist within the input. Okay, then I'll take this result to the variable called say result. Okay, then I print this alert and say result. Okay, save this. Actually I save this one as say test2.html, right? So I have already saved test2.save test2.html. the JavaScript folder. Okay, so this is my web page. So this is my source code. Okay, now I'm going to insert say 1 2 3 4, only 4-digit number. Or you can use insert any number which contain only 4 numbers. Then this is 4-digit number, that is exactly same as the defined format, that is the return value is 0. Then I refresh this, say I input only 2-digit number, then probably this should be false, that is the function search function will return minus value or -1. Likewise, we can validate any pattern or any the defined format using this regular expression. Okay, in next assignment as an exercise, so you have to validate email address using regular expressions, right? So I'll upload the assignment number 4, right? So the other all other things are already discussed. So how to validate gender, how to validate drop down list, how to validate input number, likewise. So the additional thing is you have to find, so by searching internet, how to validate email address using regular expressions. Okay, you can do this in next assignment, right? Okay, thank you very much.